Well, hello there. It's Deej here on my journey to catch 'em all. And I figured I'd just go live here tonight to go ahead and put my cards in their sleeves, but while I'm doing so, do my due diligence to understand why a card got a 9. Should I try and regrade it? Should I just sell it? Should I keep it? You know, just do my due diligence. See, this has some whitening. See how good can you see that on the camera? Not very. Let's see if I can get it any better for you. Yeah, if I hold it like this, it's all right. So you can see the whitening down here. So that makes sense as a 9. I wish it was a 10, but I think I actually need a spot for it in my binder, so I might just keep that one. I think I have it listed though. Okay. Not going to spend too much time on the 10s. I'm pretty sure these were really clean. Yep. Nothing wrong with that card. That probably could have gotten sent to Beckett if I thought it was worth it. But it's not. Okay, Pikachu. If you watched my grading reveal video, so this got a 10. I'm almost surprised. I see some whitening on 3 corners. The centering looks a little off on the bottom. I'm almost surprised I sent this card. But I guess my instincts were good. I don't know how I feel about that. But you gotta take it. Gotta take it when they give it. This is a card I think is really nice. Energies are just cool. They're just like something that stays with the game throughout the entire history. Like you could use this energy in any form of the game and it would still mean the same thing. And I think that's cool. All right. Here's the first ever first edition base set card I've had. Got a 9. I gotta check this out. Yeah, it's got whitening on all the corners. But that's alright. Nice looking card. See how easy you can see this. I have it up. Now, it's up the quality. Yeah, you can see pretty good. Let's just bring the white in even more. Okay. I don't know if you guys have ever put sleeves on cards, but yeah, this was super clean. I knew this would get a 10. These little strips of plastic that you have to take off have so much static charge. They just stick to everything. They are such an annoyance. So the trick that I've found is just to have some tape ready. Ooh, nice vintage 10. A little thick on the bottom here. I thought this was clean. I wasn't sure if the centering would pass, but ended up. The front centering looks fine. The back centering is what was iffy to me, but as I learned recently, they accept a wider range of bad centering on the back. It's like 70-30 versus 60-40 or something like that. Crown Zenith, I probably wouldn't have sent it if it wasn't perfectly clean, and that's the way it looks. But yeah, if you ever buy a card from me, it's going to be in a sleeve because people are like, well, it's already in plastic, but once that plastic gets scratched, then it's just like the card is scratched forever, unless you just get it out and regrade it or know how to buff plastic. So to me, that's the most ridiculous retort ever. Like, obviously you want to protect the plastic too, because you can replace this super easy, but you can't replace the PSA plastic very easy. Got these, a bunch of these Bandai cards, so let's see here. Why did they get 9s? Not that side. Like, maybe just the slightest bit of whitening. I feel like they were harsh on me for these. I feel like these should have gotten 10s. This is the kind of card, like if I send to a different grader, they'd probably just be like, this looks perfect to me. Okay, maybe there's a little bit of whitening. Okay, I can see it. That one's fine. It's on the top. I didn't notice. I've been looking at the corners, but oh well. All right, first edition, non-hollow Hypno. Yeah, whitening on all 4 corners, so I'm happy with a 9 on that card. I told myself I wasn't going to keep any non-first edition, non-hollows unless they were 10s. But that's tough because this card barely sells for anything. Like, I don't know, probably 35 bucks at most. But I pulled it myself, and it's just cool to have first edition Rocket cards, any of those cards, especially when you pull them yourself. It's another one I pulled myself. I obviously didn't think it was getting to 8. So I can see some whitening down there, but not much. Card looks super clean on the surface. I think that's a harsh 8. I think that would get a 9 on a different day, but it's not worth regrading because in a 9 it's probably only worth 20 bucks. So that was a mistake. Junk slab, as most would call it. This is a junk slab, but I'm just going to put it in my wife's Bulbasaur pile right now. Okay. Gem Mint 10. I really wish I could read Japanese. I mean, it's a gym pack, but seems like you could use it somewhere else. That promo stamp seems like it's connected with a different game or something. But don't know. Very nice. Clean card. Crown Zenith. Not going to spend too much time on that 10. I got to check this one because I wouldn't have sent this if I thought I was getting a 9. What did I do wrong? Slight bit of whitening in the top left. Very slight bottom right. I mean, the centering is definitely 60-40. I guess it's just the whitening unfortunate. At least it's a cool art one, so it's the Hacky Sack Temple. Alright. Ooh, Mewtwo tag team. Or Mewtwo and Mew. Very clean. There actually was a little bit of whitening up there, but it's the Miracle Twins version. I know I got the Tag Team All-Stars version in here. They look the exact same. Charmeleon, Dark Charmeleon. I really thought this was going to get a 10. There is kind of a scratch on the back. You can see it pretty well, actually. Down here. You can't really see it on the camera, I guess. Guess it's a deserved 9. Could have gotten a 10 for sure. But you win some, you lose some. I definitely won some on this. I already see whitening on the front. I kind of knew this card was going to get a 9, but I thought it would be easier to sell in a 9 than just like near mint. Like I could probably sell near mint for like $2 or $3, but probably get $9, $10 out of it, selling it in a 9 graded form. So, plus it's just a cool thing to have on the shelf. Like with the blue, the blue borders, it just catches the eye on the virtual shelves. Terrible to get a 9 on this card. Why? The centering is actually perfect. Why did this card get a 9? I don't even see the normal promo damage that you see on these that came from the tins or the boxes. Oh well. I really think that card still looks like a 10 to me. Whatever. If somebody's buying the card, not the grade, they're going to be real happy. But if you do that, I commend you, because it's just not the natural instinct. Nobody wants to buy a 9 that actually looks like a 10. Like, and it's just not the same. So these Ditto cards, I probably have like 5 or 6 of them, and only one of them got a 10. The rest of them I didn't send. This was like kind of a verger one. The centering is just not that great, like on the sticker part of the card. That's probably why the 110 that I did get sold for $100 like pretty quickly once I listed it. It's not even in this anymore, it's gone. Same for the English Dittos. They're actually, the pop is pretty low. I think that's an under populated card. So if you have some Dittos, you might check to see if they're 10s. I bet you can make some decent money off of them. That's kind of blinding. Rocket Snorlax. I got somebody that's already messaging me thinking this card is cool. Some whitening up there. Ooh, yeah. There's the whitening. 9. I'm happy with the 9 on this card due to that whitening. Definitely not worthy of a 10, but amazing card nonetheless. Who doesn't love a lazy Snorlax? Laying on all the trash, and definitely a can of Poke-Cola. Breakthrough Mewtwo. Okay, yes. Everybody says hi to you too. This card, I did not pull myself. I got in a collection. There's whitening on 3 corners, so a 9 is appropriate. Unfortunately, if it was a 10, I probably would have kept it. But it's a 9. I'll just sell it. Buy another collection. Oh, great. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to get the lights close enough so you can see. That's the whole point of this. I got 3 people in here. You can say hi in the chat. I can see what you're saying. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Last time I did one of these, a bunch of people watched it afterwards. So hello to everybody that watches this afterwards as well. But if you're in the chat now, feel free to ask questions. It'll enhance the experience for anybody that watches it afterwards. Mitzi Hero Arita. Wow. I've never actually like seen the texture like on the actual body of the Mewtwo and like around it. I've never looked at it that close. And yes, I sent this card in, but I didn't look at that part of the texture very closely, apparently. That looks incredible. And this is why you got to get these cards in sleeves ASAP, because your hands will screw up this plastic in a heartbeat. Yeah, it's pretty much the whitening, I can tell. Because the centering on the front of that card is perfect. It's just got a little bit of whitening. Too much to be a 10. Unfortunately. Hold on, let me clear off some of these slabs. Alright. Pikachu 10, not going to spend too much time on it because I think everybody pretty much knows how Sword and Shield cards grade by this point in time. Pretty straightforward. I'm kind of really, one of the main reasons I wanted to do this live was because of the Scarlet and Violet cards that were in this return. They're just different with the gray and the way they were cut. Japanese, definite 10, you know how these are. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I gotta take a look at this one. Because I would not have sent a 9 purposely. Yeah, there's whitening all over the place. Deej, was this you? Or was this PSA? You can see it all. Actually, that corner's pretty good. But these two are not. It's annoying. I kind of want to keep one of these in a 10. It's like my 3rd one I've graded. What can you do? If you're perfect, then I commend you. There's somebody in the Pika Pika Papa Discord telling me that they can get 98% 10s. That's super impressive. This card was really clean. There's maybe a little bit of whitening on that corner. This corner, maybe a little bit, but an 8? Because the foil looks super clean. But I don't know. With the Topps cards and sports cards, I bet sports cards people could grade Topps cards at a pretty good rate. But it's just not my expertise. I've graded quite a few tops 10s, but not the foils. And a lot of times I feel like I'm just getting lucky because like they look super clean to me. Like that corner is indented a little bit, but I feel like it's because of like the flame texturing. Maybe a 9, like an 8. I would, if I was grading, I would give that card a 9. It's definitely not perfect, but this card I gotta look at. So this is the Scarlet Violet stuff I'm talking about. There's got to be something about the printing that gave this card a 6 when I thought it was going to get a 10. The front looks really good. I don't see any creases or anything. The back. Is that bottom corner creased? No, I'm trying to use the camera. No. I don't see it. Why this card got a 6 is beyond me. Unless it's the edge, the edging. It's got to be something with the edging. Because I know I sent in a couple cards that like had the weird edging as a test. This has to be one of them. Man, I should have looked at that a little closer. Or recorded which cards I was doing that with. Because you really can't see the edging in these PSA cards. I wasn't taking that into account. What can you do? What can you do? 10, not going to spend time. Thanks for hanging, whoever's in here. It's probably just one of my friends or loved ones, but I appreciate you. If you want to leave a like, you can. Subscribe if you aren't. 10, that's nice. I had the Hidden Fates version of this card sell today. I feel like the Japanese one, like the birds' heads, look like slightly bigger. I don't know. I feel like the art just is more pronounced. For whatever reason. Ho-oh. I sent this with a Lugia from Unseen Forces non-holo as well. And that card managed to get the 10. This one does have whitening in 3 corners, so can't argue. 9 is appropriate. But the difference between a 9 and a 10 in that card, I'm sure, is at least $100. I'm not going to spend too much time on these, but yeah, I see a little whitening again. I guess I just had to be more strict on the whitening. An 8 on this one. Just more whitening, maybe? Not really. Maybe a slight touch of it. Kind of lame. All right. Another 9. Just a little bit of whitening. Again, just going to skip over that. I need to go to bed early tonight because I've been on paternity for a month and I have to go back tomorrow. Luckily, at my work, Fridays is work from home day, so I'd still have to actually go into work, but still going to be a change having to wake up early because I've been kind of on the night shift with my daughter. It's kind of my chance to do my store and YouTube stuff, but that's going to have to change because I'm going to have to wake up at 8 o'clock starting tomorrow. 10. Not going to look at that too hard. This could be kind of boring. That's why it's more of a stream, because figured it'd be a good place to have some conversation. I haven't really talked to too many of my subs, so wanted to create the space to do that. Dark Charmeleon, an 8. That's pretty sad. They really need to make a device that can like get all the dust off of this plastic. Maybe there already is some kind of magic cloth that somebody can point me to. But the best method I found is blowing, and it's just not what you want to do, honestly. Too much moisture, and not a good time. Okay, Roseanne's backup. Definitely wouldn't have sent that if I didn't know it was a 10. So I'm not going to inspect it. I can't believe how cheap some of these full arts are in the Sword and Shield sets. It's honestly amazing to me because, like, if you've opened Sword and Shield, like, it's not really that easy to pull full arts. Like, you go through like a lot of dud sections, so it's pretty rough. Let's see how much whitening is on these vintage 10s. So it's a little off center on the top, which is interesting. Some whitening top left corner, some whitening bottom left. So that's 2, which I always say, I feel like they allow 2 specs. 2 specs. Okay, that's a personal collection item. I'm not going to sell a 10. Vintage. And I pulled it because I think if any one vintage item is going to go up over time, that's like accessible, not this trophy stuff that a lot of people like to push. It's going to be 10s. 9s are what are probably mostly going to get graded from here on out. Like 10s might come out of packs, like packs that are open. That's about where they'll come from. But much less numbers than 9s. There's some whitening on that. Like, yeah, I definitely sent that with the prayer of a chance at a 10, and it got it. So they're definitely less strict on the non-hollows. There's no question. As you'll see in my video that comes out here sometime this next week about my vintage hollows in this return and what they got. Yeah, there's whitening top left. There's whitening. They just like skipped over this card. This should have gotten a 9 in my eyes. But cannot complain. Keeping all the 10s. Buy the grade, not the card, they say. Not. Yukamori. She's got Instagram out there where you can see, she'll like show you how she makes this clay art. It's honestly super impressive. Like it's just so seamless. Like if you've ever played with Play-Doh, which I've done way more than I would like recently, blending the colors is the most hard part. Like you can get 2 colors next to each other, but getting it to be a line and getting it to be like one solid piece of mass is another story. I have to hurry up. I'm doing too much talking, too much inspecting, because I got a lot of cards left. All right. This I need to inspect though, because an 8 on this is disgraceful. Back looks like just the smallest bit of whitening. Oh, I see. It's one of those promo bumps over here in this edge. Shoot. Shoot. Let's see if I can Because the whole point of watching this would be to look for gotchas. Yeah, you can really see it there. Okay, camera, just focus. I mean, it's not focusing, but you can see that the light hitting it there. And that's probably from the box that these promos came in. Those Glaceon and Leafeon V-Star boxes, so can't complain too much. Gotta love this. 2017 Zoroark. These are the gym promos that they send out with all the new sets at the time. They kind of do it a little differently these days, I feel like. Or at least the sellers handle it differently. Because I used to be able to order from Nin Game, and they would send me the gym promo packs during the Sun and Moon times, but then they stopped doing that, which really kind of annoyed me. But money talks. That's an 8. That one was kind of dirty. Probably shouldn't have sent that one. Should have noticed. Okay. 8 on this melodic. Okay, it's got hollow scratches. So I can't be mad. A little bit of whitening. It's such a nice card, though. The way there's scratches in this little water energy part, too. That probably should have just stayed in my binder. That's doesn't need to be in an 8 slab. So now, I feel like I need to sell it, which is annoying. All right. Ooh. Yeah, they heard that, I'm sure. Okay. This card's super clean. Just skipping right through that. Beautiful card. I'm really happy about this one, like super happy. Not just because it's a Bulbasaur, but vending cards are really nice. Very nice. This is nice just because I know people love their Gengars, and I've already sold a couple of these for more than you'd think. If you watch my grading video, I think I said in there it's like 60, something like that. Which, if you bought any of those Trick or Treat packs, you know at most they were selling for like 15 bucks. So, sell one holo out of it for 60 bucks. It's pretty nice profit. That swirl on there. Oh, yeah. Who cares if that's an 8? You can tell that card's vintage just from the back. The coloring's a little bit, I don't know how to describe it. The yellow is more yellower. Okay, I gotta clean up a little bit. Okay, I got a bunch of these. I gotta figure out where they all are so I can keep them all together. When you guys have a bunch of slabs, I don't know if you guys, whoever's listening, watching, if you sell slabs, buy slabs, just like watching Pokemon stuff. Do you alphabetize your slabs? Do you put them in a certain order? Do you keep them by set? Do you just have them random? Like for me, I pretty much just have them random, but I'm thinking I need to start alphabetizing. Really like this card a lot. Really like it. It's a card. This card, another card I'm debating on keeping, all of them. I was really pleased that all the 3 Neo cards I sent all got 10s. Because I would have gotten these from a collection. I didn't open too many Neo packs back in the day. I opened actually some Neo Genesis Japanese, but that's it. So getting all these from collections and 10s is like, this is how you really make money on collections. Oh, now I see your comment, Blue, but I think you left. Those cards I might have to rethink about selling. You back, Blue? Been live for about 35 minutes. But yeah, this kind of content, I'm not sure if it's even wanted, but it's stuff that I'm going to do anyways. So maybe eventually people will join in and ask questions, or just they enjoy kind of seeing somebody go through their cards and just how they keep it organized and keep everything clean. And actually, I need to inspect this card. It got a 9. Looks like it's just whitening, unfortunately. I should have seen it. Actually, I'm sure I did see it. It's just that I like to take my chances on my chances at 9s. But probably shouldn't. So this is a card that I would consider keeping too. All right, hey Blue. Because there's a lot of cards that are just increasing in pop like constantly, like a lot. Like Hidden Fates is one that is going to increase over time because there are people that kept its stash sealed, but it's definitely slowed down. Like I bet if you watch the pop on Hidden Fates, like it's probably not going up that much each month anymore. And that's about the time I would consider like starting to buy or hold, or I don't really have any Hidden Fate slabs. I do. I have some baby shinies that I have up listed, but not any that I would consider mine, like trying to keep for the long term. Blue's got a huge... Blue's in here with me, so you're going to hear me talking to him, but he's got a huge box, heavy box. I put it at 5 pounds, but it might have been more. But coming to him with a bunch of cards, including some Van Goghs and some Charizard EXs from 151, the SIRs. And probably about 50 graded cards and probably about 50 raw cards. I definitely have a good bit of blue stuff at all times. Except for right now, because I just sent it to him. But he's sending me more next week. Alright. This is a card I should look at, because I think I have some more of these. Just the one corner with whitening, that's really all that got this card a 9. Like, it really looks pretty darn good everywhere else. I don't see any scratching. I don't see anything. That's pretty lame. We're only about halfway through here. I might have to just cut it short. I could just have it all up here. I mean, what's it going to hurt? I got to do it anyways, but I don't know if anybody really cares to see this. If you made it to this part of the video and you do like this kind of content, let me know in the comments, please, because otherwise I'll just do this stuff behind closed doors. But I thought it might be interesting to see if people wanted to join me in this process. But it's Thursday night. People are probably out starting to try and enjoy the end of the week. Thursday night football's on. There's probably some other streamers and stuff out there. But, all right, Blue, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. I'm ready for our next return. Come back already. Nine, some whitening. This one got an 8. Why? Did it have scratches? Okay, it does have a few scratches. This pincer is so cool. I really should have just kept this one in the binder. That swirl. People make fun of swirls, but they're dope. I don't care what you say. I think they're cool. Like if I had a choice between one card and another card, it was like $1 more for the swirl one, I'd probably pick the swirl one. I'm not going to pay a bunch more, but I think that swirl ability in general raises the liquidity of a card. Like, it might not make it more valuable, but it will make it sell through faster. That's the way I look at it. Because people are going to pick it over the non-swirl version. If there's a choice. So you can list at the same price as a non-swirl version, and your card would get picked. I gotta look at that vending card. Really? Once I put the plastic on, it's so much harder to see in the light. That's why I didn't put the plastic on and thought we would do this together all at once. Too many 10s. I should have done the 10s off screen. So you didn't have to sit through me just putting plastic on, but... Well, if there were people asking questions, it would give a chance for people to talk and me to read, but that's all right. I appreciate having 1,000 subs. I'm shocked in a way that I've grown this fast. It's been about a month since I've started uploading videos, beginning of October. So having 1,000 subs is, I'm honored, and I appreciate you all. Especially if you are here now listening to me talk. Okay, here is the Yukamori. See, like, this is like real life clay. She made that art and just went and put it outside. Like, it looks animated. It's amazing. Like, and like the smiley face on the back, it's seamless. It's part of the same surface of texture. Like, I'm baffled by it, as you can tell. Ooh. Now, if you're watching this video right now, but just saw right before this going live that wants to purchase this card. Connor. Oh, it's so nice. I didn't even notice, like, this explosion texture up here. Wow. The texture. Oh, it's all over. It's all over. Wow. So nice. You're going to be getting a nice card if you buy this one. I need to take it down for you so you can buy it tomorrow. The pop's only 46 on this card. 46. These Sun and Moon rainbows. That is a super low pop for a card that nice. Marshadow is not that popular, but it's legendary. It has a movie made after it, and Machamp is Machamp. Lots of people's favorite Pokemon is Machamp in that line of Pokemon. Speaking of, I had Amazon Prime. You know, I got in on one of those free promotions. This is my last one of these. I had 3 of these and 2 of them sold. So nice. probably underlisted them. I sold them for 55, but that's all right. I like to give out good deals because I get all my stuff for good deals. So even when I sell my stuff for good deals, I'm still making money. Then I can leave a little meat on the bone for someone else, and it just allows me to sell through stuff faster. And the whole my joy in this is not selling graded cards for profit. It is being able to buy collections with new cards that I don't have in all my binders, so I can just keep improving my binders little by little, collection by collection. So selling stuff a little bit cheaper allows me to do stuff a little faster. I never really go below market. I try not to. But I will always be the cheapest available. Like that's pretty much what I do is I look for the value of a card or try and find the exact copy that's out there, and then I just go, depending on the price, like a little cheaper, $5 cheaper, $10 cheaper, $1 cheaper, depending on the price range. 6, I need to look at this. Whitening. Oh, there's like a smudge on the back. That's not great. That's a card I should just... Once it's in a slab, you hate to bust it out. When you paid for it, if you got it for cheap in an auction, then that's one thing. But when you paid $15 to get it into a slab, just breaking it right back out just seems terrible. Seems like such a bad waste of time. I want to look at this one too. Whitening. Just one bit of whitening. Maybe a little more down there. They're just harsh on the vintage cards. I'm surprised that I got some 10s in this return, but luckily I was able to. This was a card I wanted to inspect. I've already put the plastic on it. Some whitening. Oh, there's a chip. Okay, that was not there. This card was perfectly clean when I sent it in. Because I pulled this myself out of one of those Galarian Rapidash boxes. That is just extremely disappointing, this card. Because I probably would have kept it in a 10. But now I have to sell it for pennies on the dollar. It's just sad. Sad, sad, sad. Alright, Mimikyu. I know this one's whitening. I thought in 9 it would still sell well. I think this Mimikyu is underrated, as it's now on the cover of the Paldean Fates ETB as well. So that's a known. A new boost for that character, and I had a reverse holo from Paldea Evolved, just a regular reverse holo of Mimikyu, sell for $50 within a day of listing it. So people love their Mimikyus. Gyarados, that's nice. I might break this out, but in the meantime, probably just put it in my binder. Just so disappointed by these two metal card grades. I'm almost sure that they both got damaged in the process of whatever was done to get them in the slab, because they were perfectly clean. Like, I would not have sent them if I thought they were even going to get 9s. I've looked at a decent amount of these metal cards too, so really disappointing, as you can hear in my depressed voice, but I'll be fine. This card is a big win for me. This is a make a collection free writing, so all the cards that I put in my binders, the other cards from it that I sold, the other ones that I kept not in my binders, it's all gravy because of that one card whenever it sells. Here's the Tag All-Stars version, so I was talking about. See a couple new people popping in. Feel free to ask questions. Oh, what's up, Cade? How's it going, my man? Yeah, life is honestly better for me now because the Broncos are doing better. I get to look forward to the weekends again. Sundays are nice. Monday this week was nice. But I actually have to go back to work tomorrow. I've been on paternity for the last month, so I have to go back to work tomorrow. Luckily, it's only for one day, and then I have to work Monday, Tuesday next week. I want to look at this card. I think it's probably just whitening. I think I knew this card was going to get a 9. Yeah, Eagles. They don't really have a down week. Like, they might have a close game, but they never, like, they always look good. Always fun to watch. Jalen Hurts is next level, no doubt. Oh yeah, sports cards. I have always wanted to learn more about sports cards. And it would be natural because I'm already way into cards and I do like sports. I have bought some like rookie back when Patrick Surtain was a rookie. I did buy some of his cards. I've never gotten them graded or anything because I don't plan on selling them. So maybe when he goes into the Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer, I'll think about it. But I got a couple of like serialized ones. I'll have to show them to you sometime. Do you just do generic? Like, what kind of stuff are you doing in the sports? Oh yeah, Russ is cooking. Russ is cooking. Oh, this card. I am so happy. I want to see if I really think it deserved a 10. See, whitening. Like, I have cards in this return that had as much whitening, but I ain't gonna hear me complain. Ain't gonna hear me complain. Jalen Hurts rookies, yeah. You doing any grading or like buying them graded? Just buying them raw and flipping, or are you just collecting them? No, once you get your hands on them, it's so hard to sell them. I'm sure you've kept a few at the very least. I want to look at this. Whitening. Okay. This is so pathetic to get an 8 in. I mean, a lot of these cards that came out of the pack, especially in the second print run, were absolute dog poo-poo. Centering's a little off and whitening, I guess. Guess that'll do it. And this one got a 9 probably because, I mean, the centering looks almost the exact same. The whitening is 10 worthy, whatever, PSA, whatever. This next card probably too. Whatever. You do what you want to do. Because it don't matter. You make $15 per card no matter what. Which, when you think about how many cards they grade, how insane that is. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, and like the edges too, like it's just so hard to know without doing it a few times, like what they're looking for and the centering, like what part of the card is centered, because the borders are just so different. Like on Pokemon, it's so easy, like the yellow or silver border. Man. The texture on some of these cards. Yeah, sharp corners. It's kind of like the Topps cards, which we have graded some of those, but still, I think it's a little different because the Topps cards don't really have centering at all. Like, they're just all corners. The sports cards do have some centering, so that is a bit different. 9. Yeah, how do you... Because of whitening on the bottom. That doesn't look like that was my fault. Unless I just sent it because I assumed that it was good quality, which is very possible because I do that with some Japanese stuff. And I get lazy. This is so many cards. I'm going to be going on to my 3rd bag of these. 100 pack. I think this has got to be whitening or centering. So I don't really see much whitening. Man, these old cards. I really love the washed out borders. Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. Very underrated. Probably should have graded an 8 Octillery, but I got lost in the sauce of the washed out borders. So, what can you do? That's one of the hard things about running a store is if you really do love the stuff, it's so hard to sell stuff. I really don't make money. I just end up keeping profits in cards or just spending it right away on modern or another collection, and I never have any extra cash, which is not necessarily something to be proud of, but keeps me always engaged. By the way, if you want to know what these are, this is what they are. LA TCG Tall Team Bags. Another 10 on these. Gotta love that. Sorry about that. Some bookkeeping. Yeah, I was looking at the Christmas or Thanksgiving specials or whatever that you want to call them. Oh, that's a bad one. And it was like some dollars off on like the higher tier stuff. Like Express was going from $75 to $70, and there was some like tier upgrades. So like a 10-day goes to 5-day, and I was not impressed. They're definitely not for people like us trying to grade some Pokemon cards. Non-Grail version. Although this is a Grail for at least somebody, because it is for me. This is one I should just delist right away. Too nice. Too nice. Too bad it's not the reverse holo. Alright, we're almost done here. Probably got about 30 more cards. Okay, gotta look at this one because it was an 8. Let's see why I screwed up so bad. I mean, the edges are kind of rough. Okay. Definitely the edges, but I think I could have gotten a 9 easily. An 8 is pretty much probably worthless. I'll probably end up losing money on that. Though it is kind of a cool card. These in 8s, I really don't know if there's a market for these. I've never owned them or sold them or graded them, but I got a bunch of them in a collection, and they all looked super clean. I really didn't think I was going to be getting any 8s, because I did keep a few to list. That definitely weren't 8. Yeah, that Fates Collide Reverse Holo Lugia is a big dub. It's so nice. Like any Lugia, even there's a Vivid Voltage one. Like, I'm the kind of person that buys that stuff, and people buy those kind of reverse holos from me and other semi-popular Pokemon all the time, and I get it because of Lugia. I mean, everybody has that one Pokemon that they just like, once they see that cool card, they're just like, I need it. I need it. Would love to see one of these sell, because it's going to make the rest of them basically free for me. Doing mini buyouts. Popular Pokemon, but cheap overprinted cards. When I feel like that set is at its most opened and lowest prices. Pretty common strategy for me. Oh, let's get that hair out of there. There we go. The 10s I'm just going to skip over. Although, I do want to look at this one. Definitely a little bit of whitening. Would have sent this, was happy if this one got a 9 anyways. That's why I knew to check, because Tomokazu in a semi-older card. No, it's not going to be graded a ton. Yukamori. Wobbuffet. Whitening in every corner, so no surprise there on the 8. Big ball guy. Are they? What's the score? I was telling people in here earlier I canceled Amazon Prime today because I got in on one of the free things, and I should have canceled it tomorrow so I could watch the game tonight. But I didn't. Holy cow. How much time is left? That's quite a whipping. Opal. This is a card I would never send 2 of. Might have 1 on the shelf for that one select set collector out there, or that one Opal fan, because I know there's not many. But there are a couple. I think Patters, when he was playing through the game, when I was watching him play through it, I think he was an Opal fan. Maybe he just liked making fun of her. Dang, that game went by fast. See if these ones deserve 10s. Yeah, I agree with those. All right. Gotta love these Charizard team-up cards. I know I got these in a top loader collection where I paid like $3 for $3 a piece for like 100 top loaded cards, so it was like $300, something like that. And got these in there, and not this, but really helps to make up the value. Just make all the other cards free. It really is such a good feeling for me to turn somebody else's trash into just free cards, honestly. Not even trash for treasure, just free cards for me to do what I please with, and make money on to buy more cards or keep, or I just get a ton of enjoyment out of that. I think a lot of people do too. There's a big stigma out there on flippers and all that. People scalping. Scalping is one thing where you're just taking all the stuff and just immediately selling and not enjoying the product at all. Like, you don't even care or collect it or know what to do with it. You're literally just grabbing it to resell. No other purpose, no other enjoyment. But there's an enjoyment out there to just like find a way to make money. It's just there are so many unlimited ways to do it in this hobby. It really is. Buying collections, buying and selling sealed stuff, grading cards, opening packs to grade cards, buying product from the Pokemon Center and getting $1,000 promos sent to you. It's happened to me a couple times with special delivery Bidoof, and I got it 10 in the one copy I got and bought a raw copy with the profits, but then obviously Van Gogh. Hopefully you get any of those, Cade. Any Van Goghs. I was able to get, I think, 6 total. Yeah. Yep, all those prisms, yep. Exactly. That's the kind of thing that just fuels your collection. It makes it just not such a financial burden. You got to do that kind of stuff. All right, last stack. And then you are released. What are you talking about, Blue? Got 4 the second time? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were able to order $25 worth of stuff off the Pokemon Center website to get a copy of the Van Gogh promo. And I was able to get quite a few of them. I think a poop's getting created right now. So hopefully that's not too disruptive here. Almost done. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I got 10 total. That's right. I forgot about the second time. 10 total. But probably only 3 to 4 10s. Sold a few raw, put one in the binder. Sent one for express grading, and it sold for $720, like, really fast. It's kind of an insane profit. But I know that makes some people mad, but like I was paying attention. I'm not like a scalper. Like I just was on at that time. Anybody that was on was gonna try and get some of those promos. There are people like a Possum Bud who say like I'm not gonna try. Like I don't want one. Like don't even. That's fine. You don't have to try. But I don't think that it's fair to look down on people for taking advantage of what Pokemon Center set out. Like, we're people that are in the hobby, enjoying it, spending time, spending money. Like, we're the people that deserve it. And yes, everybody deserves to get one, but that's Pokemon Center's fault, not mine. I was on. I bought product. I helped clear out their shelves many times, ordering stuff all the time. So, no guilt here. But it is uncomfortable knowing that there are people out there that do not like that. I think that they're just salty they couldn't get them, but maybe not. This was another card that I'm pretty sure should have gotten a 9. I was kind of surprised it got a 10. Like, that centering. I'm trying to angle it so you can see. It's really thin on the left compared to the right. It's clean everywhere else. And actually not. There's some whitening down there. But I'm happy with that. At one point, this card was worth like $500. Now it's like 2 something. It's really not even worth that much. Like, a box of Tag All-Stars is worth more than like the biggest chase in the whole set. So, although I think the biggest chase is Rosa or one of the female trainers. But it should be something like this. I think the Mew and Mewtwo's in there too. I would rather have that one. Gotta look at this. Saddest card in the whole return is last. Okay, it's not even that bad. Guess that corner did it to me. It's a little scuffed. Little skiffed. All right. Yep. And that's the thing about it. Like, it really is easy to get butthurt too. But there's always going to be something else. Like, there's going to be another promo that comes along where if you're paying attention, you can make money, and just makes you more aware. So, yeah, it was just luck of the draw too. Like, a lot of times I'm at work or busy, but I was available that day, and it is what it is. I could have missed it just as easily. All right. I am going to sign off. Appreciate you boys joining me. If you made it this far in this video, subscribe, like, and comment down below. What's your favorite card? Did you learn anything? Christmas Eevee. How do you get that? I need to talk to you more about that after. Yeah. All right. Have a good one, everybody.